What is going on, guys? Zebec is on fire right now. Very close to the 0.004 mark. Gotta love that. Gotta love it. Let's get into it today. Of course, let me hit you with my guy, Indigo Saint. Let's get it. Boom. Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Blackrue Investing. Let's go.
Best believe it was Blackrue Investing. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifesting, so we binge on our Blackrue Investing. Best believe it was Blackrue Investing. That course in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. So thank God for that Blackrue Investing. Best believe it was Blackrue Investing.
So let's just get right into it, guys. Let me bring up the price here. Shout out to the Patreon. We did our open mic night on Saturday, and we did Symbolism Sunday today. Definitely thank you to the Patreon people. You guys make the show work. It was a great Symbolism Sunday, and it was a great open mic night that's been posted. Shout out to Patreon, where we post our BTCC trades. We post cryptos that we're looking at. We have exclusive chat rooms. You can definitely get the link to the Patreon in the description. Let me go ahead and share the screen here. ZBCN price has been going bananas right now. It was very, very close here to breaking that 4 mark, 0.004. It's looking like it's just going to continue here. We're pretty much in a discovery period of sorts. If we go to the week chart, we're past where it was when it converted. We've broken through this channel here. If you can see it, there's a lot of different things going on. Let me try to turn that off. So yeah, it broke through that channel it was in, and it is just breaking out here. Can we get to a cent? Well, might be possible here. Might be possible. We're seeing some liquidity flow in from elsewhere, which we'll talk about a little bit today here. And go ahead, put all your questions in the chat. We'll get to those as usual. I see one from way up north. We'll definitely get to that question way up north. But let's get into the show here. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat, Silver Days. Appreciate it. Zebec to the moon, my man. My man. Let's go. Let's go. We actually need some Ric Flair for today because, of course, Zebec, the best thing out there. Let's go. Shout out to our guy Silver Days here. Let's keep it going, guys. All right, so yeah, we got a look at the chart, and I thought it would be a great time to review a partner of Zebec's called ADI. There's some stuff going on with ADI, and if you don't remember, Zebec did do a Spaces with ADI. We know that they're partnered with ADI and Fasset. If we go ahead and show you that here, I'm going to bring that up. Okay, let me see what you're seeing here on the screen. So here we are with Zebec. We go type in Fasset, and we should get to that Spaces that they did together. There you go. Spaces they did here with ADI, Fasset, and Aleo. Okay. Zebec is partnered with Fasset. They're also partnered with ADI. You can also see here Fasset made a post. Institutional adoption on Fasset is about to accelerate. Here's the play. ADI delivers the rails and regulatory green lights for MENA regions, institutions to go on chain. MENA sovereign players sit on 5.6 trillion in fiat firepower. ADI mainnet is built to tokenize these flows with stables and RWAs, leveraging Fasset and the OWN network. And the OWN network, they say all partners are followed. If you go ahead and look at the followers on OWN, they follow Ripple. So it's quite possible that OWN is partnered with Ripple there. It says we're early. Meta on-chain volume still tiny, while Visa moves 14 trillion. Meta on-chain volume is about okay. They say here approximately 30 billion. Okay. In UAE digital assets, 9.8 billion in stable coins, while Visa moves 14 trillion. So yeah, so it's still tiny. It's only about 30 billion when they can get to 14 trillion. Okay, so they're talking about getting some of the liquidity that Visa has in that region. Fasset plus ADI chain are flipping this, bringing homegrown institutional capital on chain, backed by the government of Abu Dhabi and its SWFs. Okay, and here we have ADI chain, mainnet, ADI are now live. This is December 9th, 2025. And who responds? Zebec, real-time rails for the institutional capital. So clearly Zebec is in on what's happening here. You know, they're the they can be helping with this. Okay, so in the MENA region, in the if you will, Middle East region where there are specific rules, like for instance, you know, what is halal and not halal to invest in. So they're gonna stick to certain amounts of companies like Fasset and ADI because they're going to make sure what they're investing in is halal, right? That it follows certain laws, if you will, right? So very big there. They just had a new, yes, the XRP Las Vegas next weekend, and I'll be there. We'll be looking forward to seeing you guys. Zebec, baby, let's go. So very big thing here. Shout out to Shook Focus Digital. He's the first one I've seen bring this up. Palm USD. We've teamed up with ADI Chain as Abu Dhabi-based blockchain with a mission to onboard 1 billion users by 2030 across the MENA region, with partners including MasterCard, M-Pesa, we've talked about that before, BlackRock, and Franklin Templeton. So this is Palm USD, PUSD, teaming up with ADI Chain. Of course, they say, you know, BlackRock, Franklin Templeton, and M-Pesa, right? We covered before how ADI has a memorandum of understanding with BlackRock. We'll pull that up, actually. So it's really nice to see all this volume we're getting into Zebec, and we're probably just going to see even more as we get closer to XRP Las Vegas. And here we go with the memorandum of understanding from BlackRock, MasterCard, and Franklin Templeton. All happen to be Zebec partners. So quite possible Zebec helped them put this together, right? So gotta love that. And we have it here. An even deeper article that gets even further into this here. PUSD stablecoin deploys on ADI chain, targeting $3 trillion Islamic finance market. Now, understand there's a really big advantage here, like I was saying, like PUSD is Sharia compliant. So people in this area are not going to invest in anything other than Sharia compliant stuff. Okay. So ADI chain might be one that people want to look into in the future. We've been talking about it, of course, in our Patreon. Shout out to the patrons. We've been talking about it for quite a while here. But ADI chain is just bananas bonkers. It's finally slowed down a little bit, finally hit a pullback here. If we go look at it here, so I'm cracking, got up to like $4.50, finally pulled back here to the $4 mark. This might be the best price that you might be able to get this at right here, right? They finally pulled back. Like, it was nothing but a rocket for forever, right? It might get a little bit lower than 4 if you look at it on the day chart. It might be quite possible that it can get down to here, maybe like the 350 area, but pretty small supply, even though the supply isn't like the tokenomics as far as like the supply, is it all the way out? It's not all the way out here, but the way it looks as far as like the tokenomics and how much supply is out there looks a lot like a Solana-esque. So if you think about it like that, with it being Solana-esque as far as the supply goes, yep, it's only 1 billion tokens. You might see this thing at $100, $50 one day. So buying it here at $4 ain't so bad. Ain't so bad. Of course, you would have liked to get it at 1. Of course, right? Everybody would have liked to get it there at $1. Again, only barely 10% of the supply is out. The next unlock is happening here in 11 days. So hopefully that pulls it down to the $3.50 mark. That'll be probably where I'd be looking to get in, $3.50, $3.64, somewhere around there. That would be an excellent little price to kind of start your bag, right? So we shall see here what happens here when they unlock on May 9th, okay? Might be a good time to grab some. But yeah, with that, only 1 billion supply, probably could see this thing hitting the $1 area, right? Thank you, Shawnee Sean, with a $6, with a $9.99 super chat. Tipping ZBCN profit tonight, my brother. Woo! Thank you and the Coin Vault Buzzers for all of the consistent insights and info. Let's go, my man. Let's give you a leaving with something for that one.
Yeah. I see a big tray. I'm like, I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
I'm leaving with something over here. Let's go. Shout out to Denzel. And shout out to Shani Sean 6. Let's get back to the chat there. All right. So let's continue here. Let's continue on here. Again, we've talked to you about Fasset in the area of the world they're in. They're in the Dubai, Middle East, Southeast Asia area of the world. And one thing I want to stress there is that they have a regulatory clarity. Here we have exciting news. Forbes saying, and this is from July 23rd, 2025. Forbes, Irina Haver has just published a brilliant article highlighting UAE's regulatory leadership in real-world asset tokenization with VARA. And we've talked about VARA. We've mentioned that a few times. We've even shown you the VARA website here, which I'll flash up right quick. So in Dubai, they have regulatory clarity. They have clarity there. Let's go back. With VARA now licensing issuance, secondary trading, and broker-dealer activity, Dubai has become the first jurisdiction globally to offer a fully regulated end-to-end framework for tokenized RWAs. This clarity transforms RWA tokenization from theory into practice, whilst positioning Dubai as a definitive launchpad for asset issuers worldwide. Okay. We can get deeper into this, but you see some of their ecosystem here. Let's open the tab. We got Signum, which we know is connected to Zebec. Simon told us that Signum had a big clump of ZBCN, right? And the spaces, we got MasterCard, RackBank, Libre, Zand, Fab, Amina. Stablecoins, Tether, USDC, Paxos, and of course now PUSD, okay? Oracle's Redstone, which we know is connected to BlackRock, Chainlink, and then other, data providers. Let's zoom out a little bit here. Layer 1 blockchains, Aptos, Algorand, Polygon, Hedera, Ripple. Okay, here Ripple. There we go. Again, I told you guys, I'm pretty sure that Fasset is partnered with Ripple, and there we are. Internet Computer, which we don't talk about much on here. We probably need to talk about them a little bit more. Hedera, Sui, Ethereum, Avalanche, Ton, Solana, Algorand, Polygon, Mantra. Custodians, we got Copper, Ledger, Zodia, right? We talked about Zodia in a coin vault here recently, right? Anchorage Digital, Hex Trust, which is becoming really big with Solana and XRP, right? DeFi protocol, Sky 360X, and I'm not sure what that one is there. Fireblocks they have here. See if any notable other things stick out. Government regulators, VARA. Okay. Broker dealers. Okay, Vesta, I've heard of before, but I think we got the major ones here. So very, very cool there. And then let's get into some of these comments here. Starting from the top. So, good evening. I need to ask your thoughts on the low liquidity. That is what has me confused. Okay, now I was talking to a guy, I do coaching calls. Shout out to my coaching calls. So, if you're doing this, if you're buying on Coinbase, for some reason, Coinbase does not have the liquidity correct. And I'm thinking that reason is, remember I showed you guys where Coinbase now allows everything that is on Solana you can buy on Coinbase. Well, it's like Zebec is not fully implemented on Coinbase yet because it shows the liquidity weird if you buy it on Coinbase. Okay, so that may be what you're talking about. Let me know a little bit later if that's exactly what you mean, but I believe that's it because Coinbase I've seen that it shows the liquidity kind of weird on there. Let me see, where is this one? Let me see where I saved that at. We're doing it live here to answer his question. Okay, right here. If it's on Solana, it can be on Base. So you can see some assets on Coinbase that are on Solana, and you can just directly buy them, but it doesn't show the liquidity that well on there. Okay. So let me know if that answers your question, Way Up North, and thank you for being a member. Block Trip, I know what I hold. Brother Rue, what's good? What's up, King Pound? Idaho XRP, let's go. Rocket Rig countdown, lift off. Yes, indeed. Let's give you something for that. Let's see who we got over here. Let's go with, hey, let's give you the Rick James.
What is the 5 fingers say to the face? What? Slap!
Gotta love the Rick James. I'm slap happy over the price of Zebec in here. Yes, indeed. Let's continue going here. North Idaho here. Just had a friend visit Idaho. I've never been to Idaho. That's one of the states, and I've been to quite a few states. I have not been to Idaho, nor have I been to Wyoming yet. I'm going to have to figure out how to get to Idaho because, yeah. So shout out to you in Idaho there, way up north. Dave F. Jr., what is up, Rue? Let's go, brother, man. What's up, Dave F. Jr.? Appreciate you, brother. Monarchy International Realty. We are about to take off, people. Yes, indeed. Cheers, everyone. Yes, definitely smash the likes and like and subscribe if you haven't already. And also, guys, I'm trying to build the TikTok, okay? We had a lot of people join on the TikTok pretty recently. And if you guys could go over there and follow me, I would definitely appreciate it. It's TikTok at Blackrue Investing. Let me pull it up here right quick. So definitely go over there and follow me on TikTok. You can see here we're up to 340 followers. If I get to 1,000, I can live stream. I'm pretty sure I can live stream on StreamYard then. I can live stream now just directly on TikTok, but I want to live stream via StreamYard. So if y'all can do that, I would really appreciate it. Zebec Pump, yes, indeed. My man, let's get it. 100%. Let's give you a Denzel for that one for sure.
My man.
Let's continue on here. Zebec pumped without the volume. Okay, so maybe it wasn't that you're on Coinbase. Maybe it's pumping without volume, which is interesting, right? That's very, very interesting. DJ Moore, Zebec, let's freaking go. Jose De La Torre, what is up? What's up, Rue? Zebec is running. You think Zebec and the ILP collaborate in some form or another? I definitely think that. I can show you here a document, and I know it's kind of an older document and we show it all the time, but to me, it kind of is proof that Zebec is a part of the Interledger protocol. You see here, they talk about Stronghold and the Gates Foundation Mojaloop. Well, I think Zebec replaced the Gates Foundation Mojaloop because Mojaloop and Coil were kind of the Interledger, right? Of course, Stellar is as well. I think Zebec is an integral part of the Stellar Interledger. And we might talk about that in another show here. I got into it a little bit on CoinVault, but the bottom line here, if I can bring up, let me see if I can bring that up really quick. Mojo, Boot, and then Coin. Okay, here's an old post from 2020. This is before Zebec was together, before we had Zebec here. Mojaloop Foundation Director Adrian Hope Bell and Head Services and Interledger Coil. So Coil and the Mojaloop were in together, right? Now, watch here. I show you Jake Claver comparing Zebec to Coil. Let me bring that up. And let me just bookmark this right quick. Okay, now let me bring up Jake Claver talking about Zebec as Coil. Because the old XRP guys, remember, they would say, you know, they remember about Mojaloop and Coil. Okay. Okay.
So you know how I am. I like to talk about things that are actual application and real world use case. And this network and token beat the bill. Okay. This is really cool. So many of you might remember Coil. This was an early project for Ripple where they actually streamed payments when you were on a website. You were able to, you know, as you participated on the website, send small micropayments from your wallet to the creator or the content creator or the media creator there on the website. They would receive those real time as you were using that for entertainment or education or whatever you were participating in. You'd be making those payments real time. So down to the second, you'd be sending, you know, microtransactions, thousandth of a penny, whatever it was. That's basically what Zebec does. And the promise.
Okay, we don't have to listen to the whole thing, but he said it there. He connected Coil, said basically Coil is what Zebec does. So we go all the way back here to that one we were looking at. Mojaloop. So Mojaloop, Coil, and then now we can go back to this document. You can see here, Stronghold, Gates Foundation, Mojaloop. It's right under the Interledger tab or Interledger line in column, not column, but row. So the Interledger row, and under legacy systems column, right? And that's exactly where you would put Zebec, right? Because it's bridging the legacy system of payroll, right, into the Interledger. So I definitely believe that those are connected. You know, will we get the word of that? I don't know, but I definitely think that they're connected. I think that Zebec basically replaced Mojaloop and Coil. And just another thing to kind of cement that in. Let me bring it up here. I got some old XRP mind maps. We'll just share one. So you see here, it says Mojaloop Foundation, and it connects it to Bill and Melinda Gates and the Rockefeller Foundation. I believe, this is just my speculation, that they had to shut Mojaloop down because people knew it was connected to these people, and these people run everything. The Rockefellers and the Gateses. So they were just like, nah, we can't let people know that this is what Ripple is, because basically people knew. And there was a video from I can't remember his name, Bearable Bull, and he would always play it at the end of his videos, like, you know, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Rockefeller Foundation connected to Ripple. So once they got rid of Mojaloop, you know, you can't really truly say, okay, now Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and Rockefeller Foundation are connected to Ripple, right? And I think they kind of brought it back up as Zebec. They reincarnated it, if you will, as Zebec. Let's go. Resurrected it, if you will, as Zebec. Woo! Let's go. What's up, Fair Kims? $4.99 super chat from way up north. Thanks, you answered it. It's okay, yeah, on Coinbase. Okay, got you. I thought it was on Coinbase. You know, shout out to my my patron who does the coaching call. He discovered that, and we was like, okay, yes, because they're not fully listed on Coinbase yet. I've seen something about Walmart might be in a partnership in the future. Well, Walmart is kind of already connected. We did something on that. It was a show. Man, I did that like a couple months ago. Let me see if I can pull that up. Where Walmart has this Pay One or something like that. And basically you can trace Pay One to Tempo, and you can taste Tempo to Zebec. So it's really, really interesting here. Let me see here. Let me see if I can pull it up. I think it was called Pay One. In which it gave Walmart people a bit One Pay. Is it One Pay? Okay, One Pay maybe. Sorry, sometimes I'll be getting okay, this guy has it here. Let's see. Okay, it's just playing some music. He says, speculative prediction, Walmart plus Zebec, real-time streaming payouts. Okay, that's a lot. So I know we covered it. It's like it's Pay One or One Pay or something like that. Let's see, One Pay, Walmart. Okay, yeah. Walmart is now accepting Bitcoin through One Pay. And if you look at the background of One Pay and what they're about, it has like, it's basically has XRP or Ripple in the background of One Pay. And then you could use that to connect it to Zebec. We did a show on this, but I'd have to go re-pull up that information. But yeah, it's One Pay. Rue, check Huma. They're very close to Circle, Alliance, and ZBCN. Huma is agentic liquidity pool for USDC. Their logo is green like Nears. Ooh, I like that. Okay, let's look at Huma right quick. Why not? Let's do it live. Let's see. Do they have a token? Okay, let's look them up here. I will use this one. Huma. Finance. Is it this one? Huma Finance? I know you said their logo was green. I might have found the wrong one. Let me know if that's the right one or not. Let's continue here. What's the target price after XRP Las Vegas? Hey, let's say after XRP Las Vegas, let's see. Man, I shan't. I dare to say a target after XRP Las Vegas, but I'm thinking a 1 cent is imminent now. It's looking pretty imminent. You know, not financial advice. How much do you think guys will think about ZBCN will list it for on Coinbase when it goes? What price do you guys think it'll hit by 28? Just curious. Well, there's a couple things that Grok and different price predictors have said. Again, one of the things that I've said here is if it can capture 1% of the US payroll market, just 1% of it, it can get to $1, right? And Simon Babakani has told us, shout out to the CEO, Simon Babakani, shout out to the founder, Sam Thapalia. Simon has told us the US payroll market is 11 trillion. Worldwide, the payroll market is 60 trillion. But if they just get 1% of the US market, which is 11 trillion, that puts them at 110 billion market cap, right? So that's well over $1. Okay. And how did I come up with that calculation of it being well over $1? So I'm just going to put in XRP because that's the closest to the market cap we're looking for. So Ripple's market cap is 89 billion. So you can see if Zebec's market cap was 110 billion, that puts it at over $1. Okay. Because 89 billion puts it at 90 cents. You see what I mean? So if it was at 110 billion, it would be well over $1. Now we know that market cap is not 1-to-1, so there is a multiplier there. So, you know, again, you would think if they have like 110 trillion market cap, there would be some type of market multiplier there. Doesn't necessarily mean that 110 trillion is actually in ZBCN, but I think you guys get what I'm saying there. So by 2028, if we have clarity and everything like that, do you think that they can capture 1% of the US payroll market? I would say yes, right? But of course, we know they're a global company, so they may not even need to capture 1% of the US market because they have also, like we were just showing you here, the Middle Eastern market with Dubai and all that, right? They also have the European market with the Euro AU from All Unity. So they're already a global company. I think $1 could be even cheap. Like even I would be being really conservative if I say $1 by 2028. But you know, we shall see, especially given all the different verticals ZBCN is in. I did a show here where I said like 5 reasons why Zebec will win. And it's because Zebec is in so many different verticals. They're in lending with earned wage income. They're in payroll. We also know they're in remittance. So remittance, that's instant payments. They also are in the spending because they give you the card, the Zebec card. You also get to invest too via them on the super app, because I very much believe that the super app will have tokenized stocks on it. Okay. So there's so many different verticals like that Zebec is in other than payroll. So payroll, remittance, lending, spending, investing, treasury. So that's at least 6 or 7 different verticals right there, right? I can't tell you to wait or not buy it right now. I really can't tell you that. It's so funny when people like when it was low, people were not, they were so disinterested. But again, if you believe that this is a coin that's going to get to $1, and I do believe that, why not buy now? Right? If you believe that the Ripple conference is going to announce something big, regardless of whether you think it'll make it go down or not, why not buy now? Personally. Where are the fudders now, David Barron? Yeah, where are the fudders now? Right? Maybe I should say this show is not financial advice. None of the things that I say is financial advice. Okay. Yeah, XRP Las Vegas. I'm so ready to go to XRP Las Vegas. Be cool to meet some of these guys that I haven't met in real life. Like Max is in Phoenix, so I met him in real life, and Future came down here and we did some recording here and my place over here. You know, that conference room that you always see me and Max do collaborations at, that's over here in my place. But yeah, hopefully it'll be very, very nice to see some of these guys in real life. Zebec Nation crew, hopefully Simon, you know what I mean? So it's gonna be nice. Too many weirdos worried about the Zebec supply, where they have been confirmed to be partnered with, their ISO status, token unlocks, their listings. I'm not sure what that says. Knows since all of that has been resolved. Yeah, it's the weekend. We're in the bear market. Why is this pumping so hard? Okay, so Zebec is one of those coins that it doesn't matter about a bear market. There are always going to be people working everywhere. Okay, so there will always be liquidity in this coin. That's truly one of the things that's awesome about investing in this coin, and knowing that the token actually has a use case. Okay, we can see here with the new tokenomics, whenever institutional clients or employers using Zebec's payroll platform are required to pay for services and product fees in ZBCN. Employers may hold ZBCN directly to cover this, or use stablecoin balances, which are automatically converted into ZBCN at the time fees are assessed. Okay, so we already know here, if I bring it up here for you, that World Liberty Financial, let me bring that up here. We're doing it live again here. World Liberty Fi is already using Zebec. You see it here. USD1 enabled payroll. This was the same area we were talking about when we were talking about ADI, when we were talking about Fasset, the Middle Eastern, Southeast Asia area. Well, already inside the Super app, teams can stream earned payroll in real time, run bulk transfers in one click, set token investing schedules, access employer and employee dashboards, onboard team members via email with wallet list onboarding coming soon, i.e., there's already liquidity flowing through Zebec, and it could be flowing into Zebec right now from World Liberty Financial, right? If they're already using this to get US dollars, USD1 to employees in that Dubai area, which they can because they're already regulated, like I showed you with the VARA, right? Going back to this with VARA, they're already regulated here. So Dubai can essentially, Zebec doesn't necessarily need clarity in that area. They're already there. It's already clear. Everything is clarified there. So they're able to run payroll right now in the Dubai, Middle Eastern area. And we already know Zebec is teamed with World Liberty Financial. We already know World Liberty Financial is teamed with people in Dubai. You know, the Fassets of the world, the ADIs of the world, Pakistan, right? I've shown you guys that before. So that might be quite possibly where we're seeing this liquidity come from. Okay. Except all their listings of what can we say now? Excuse my typos. No worries. Zebec, baby. Let's go. Jay Smith. Up over 102K holders. Let's go. I'm just chilling, letting my Zebec do what it do for now. I'll be deep diving, waiting for the dip. Yes, indeed. Oh, Jetpack's in the house today. Shout out to Jetpack. I must have missed his comment. Stevie, ZBCN, do you think the pump continues through XRP Las Vegas? I really do think so. But of course, there's a chance there is like a buy the rumor, sell the news type of event where it's going up to the point of the XRP conference. And when a conference happens, it then, you know, it then dies. But again, if we do think that this liquidity is coming from what they're doing here with World Liberty Financial, and they announced very big news from the Ripple conference, I don't see any reason why it doesn't continue, right? It's hard to say, right? It's really hard to say. But again, long term, if you think that Zebec can go to $1, then what's the hesitation at buying at 0.0038? It can go up to 0.0058. If you don't think that it's going to be $1 a token, what's the hesitation? It's so crazy. Just like when we were at 0.002, right? People were like, nah, it's going to go down to 0.0015. Well, if you bought at 0.002, you now be up 100%. You see what I'm saying? Like, I that's the hard part. I know people want to try to get the best deal possible, but if you believe in the coin and you believe in the token, sometimes the best time is now, right? I'm thinking about talking about the 24-hour volume. No worries. I just got a position in Zebec back in February. Perfect timing. There we go. Nice stuff, Michael Brown. So let's see where Michael Brown got in. He said he got in back in February. Okay. So, okay, yeah, that's a good. So he got in at the 2.0 price level, right? So very good price, very good price. About to be up 2x on your money right now. Very good price there. Let's go ZBCN. What's up, Charmizzle? My brother-in-law tried to buy some on Coinbase app, and I showed him, and it wouldn't let him buy more than $30 worth, supposedly. Supposedly. Well, you know, unless he was in New York, he could use, I think it's ZBCN is available on Kraken. It's also available on Uphold. So he didn't have to just use Coinbase. But, you know, I know some people, they know Coinbase. And if you ask them to use something other than Coinbase, they're like, I don't know. So, yeah, interesting. So, yeah, if something like that pops up, I would just say then buy on Uphold or buy on Kraken. That would be my suggestion. Hey, you people, D Curry, what's up? Or on Decent Wallet. Yeah, you can buy on Decent Wallet as well. Shout out to Decent Wallet. This might be a good time for me to do a Decent Wallet commercial. I almost never run them. So, bear with me, guys. Let me run one Decent Wallet commercial right quick.
I have many friends earning money every day trading futures on BTCC. It's simple. Even if you don't want to learn how to trade, you can follow a trader on the site and let him do the trading for you. And you'll earn according to his trades. So even if you don't know how to trade, there's a way to make money. Earn some extra money on BTCC. Of course, you should learn how to trade. Links to the Patreon are in the description. You don't have to KYC. You don't have to use a VPN. It's a wonderful site. They've been around since 2011. Give them a shot. Also, when you earn extra money, you can store it in your Decent Wallet. Decent Wallet is safe, easy to use, and it allows crypto swaps within the wallet. It's a wonderful product. You can get the discount by using the link. The only way to get the discount is to use the link. The link is popping up in the upper right-hand side of your screen. You can also get free shipping. Pick up your Decent Wallet today. Secure your assets. If you don't have them stored in a wallet, they may be at risk. So pick up one today.
Awesome. So, definitely need to get that commercial in more. Decent Wallet. And of course, we do the BTCC trades. We're on the Patreon where you can, learn how to take advantages of small moves in the market. Like if you wanted to put in a long on ZBCN and make some money there. I'm sure people who put in those longs are very happy with themselves right now. And yeah, there we go. Right. So let me continue here. Let's go. Hey, maybe while we're on, it'll go past 0.004. $5 super chat from T. Riley. What's up, T. Riley? What's up, Rue and Zebec? Team Zebec, let's go. Let's see. Let's give T. Riley something here. Let's go with. It's been a while since I played Denzel putting cases, but it's just because of Denzel. We're gonna play it. We're gonna.
Oh, you motherfuckers. Okay. All right. I'm putting cases on all you bitches.
Put cases on you. Okay. All right. And we'll give a Shaq right quick too here.
And I'm gonna be high.
Shout out to Shatner there. All right, let's continue here. I lost my spot. There we go. What's up, though, Lauren Spears? What's up, Lauren Spears? Should I wait for a dip or consolidation or buy more now? See, I can't tell you what to do there. That would be financial advice. But my for me personally, it's like, okay, if you believe in this coin and you believe it'll get to a cent, well, now's the time, right? Of course, it looks very high on the RSI for the day. You know what I mean? Unless you know how to read charts. And shout out to the Root Crew. We talk about charts all the time here, where you can look at different charts and things like that in the Patreon. Of course, on the hour, it looks like it's kind of blazing on the hour. So it might come back down a little bit in the short term, but a little bit. How far down is it going to come? Maybe to 3.7, 3.6 area. And then after that hour, pick itself right back up and head to the 4 area. So maybe it might get back down to the 3.6 area on this little pullback that it's having. Yeah, maybe like to the 3.6 area. And then continue going to the 4s. So we'll get something maybe like this. Like it pulls down like that to 3.6 and then curves right back up to go past 4. Past week, the 24-hour volume was 11 to 15 million. Today it pumped with why is that? Okay, so let's see here. I have a Solana holder thingamabob here. It'll show us the volume. Let me bring it up. 1 second, please. Let me close some tabs here. Come on. We're moving painfully slow right now. Okay, there we go. So this will show us some volume here. According to the Solana holder. Okay, well, you can see here the last couple days we got nothing but volume for Zebec. So the biggest volume was here on the 24th, but here we're definitely getting some volume today. So according to this Solana holder site, we got about 90 mil in volume today. So very interesting. Very interesting there. Idaho. Yeah. Oh man, that one guy. That's hilarious. I love it. This is a celebration. Just enjoy yourself. Yeah, give him the Rick James, right? Celebration. Darknesses. let's hit you with the Rick James one more time. Yeah.
What did the 5 fingers say to the face?
What?
Slap!
That was cold-blooded. Oh man, gotta have some fun today, right? Let's see here. So King, that one guy says $1 to $2 in 2027. What's up, E? Our moderator in Telegram. What's up, fam? We up. It's getting hot in here with the Nelly. It's getting hard in here in the RSI. Pullback incoming. Yes, indeed. Yeah, like I said, we might pull back a little bit to the 3.6, right? But I think it might be continuing to go, right? Yeah, so we shall see. We shall see. And we definitely it's of course screaming on the day, but yeah, we shall see here. We shall see. Let's continue on here. Last year when we hit the all-time high on June 1st, the volume was building to like 120 plus million. Harry Canty, ZBCN, let's go. I have millions of ZBCN, but also, what's your thoughts on Banker? Is this also worth holding on to? I've been looking into Banker a little bit lately. I know they're into agentic AI. We shall see about Banker. I want to dive a little bit deeper into it. Pause. So I know they're pretty low where they're at right now. Let's see, let me bring it up on. But I'm really curious on how they're going to help with agentic AI. I'd rather kind of be in some of the infrastructure plays for agentic AI, infrastructure like Near. We've been talking about Near. Of course, here it says, you know, you can see, looks like there's volume flowing into Banker, actually. Looks like there's volume flowing in. So quite interesting here. But I'm almost like I'd rather be in the infrastructure plays like a Near, right? And there's some other X402 plays that I'm interested in, but of course we talk about those on the Patreon. The Patreon people have a list for that. But yeah, I have to look a little bit more into Banker Coin. Let me see if I meant to show you that. So yeah, there is some liquidity, of course, or 24 hours. In the last 24 hours, there seems to be volume flowing into Banker. Funds and backers are Base and Coinbase Ventures, which is interesting. Very interesting there. Supply is like XRP supply. Of course, at 3 zeros, right? 3 zeros, 3. Could it do something like, you know, a Zebec type run? I don't know about that, but we shall see, right? I think Banker. Yeah, so yeah, launch your token, fund your agent. They have an agentic AI type of deal going on. But again, I'll have to look deeper into this. Yeah, I want to look a little bit deeper into Banker for sure. They have a lot going on. So yeah, I'll have to look a little bit deeper into this guy. And we got Way Up North's question. Let's see here. Rolling with Toshi, Zebec, let's go. What's up, Marcel? Nice to see you, brother. Yeah, it's OnePay. Thank you, guys. They have connections through Zero Hash. That's right. That's who connected to OnePay. Thank you. It's been a while since I did that show. Ghost and I was speaking on Zebec and Walmart the one day, then 30 minutes later, they tweeted. That's awesome, bro. That's awesome, bro. Let me start that one. Okay, we talked about this one. How much do you think Zebec will get to when it goes? Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, by 2028, quite possibly. I definitely think over $1. I definitely think over $1. I'll hold ZBCN on Coinbase. Coinbase Dex, yes indeed. Payroll is just one vertical. They'll capture some value for show. Yes, indeed. I think Zebec will have, not right away, but Zaps and Daps as well. Yes, indeed. Keep buying if it has the potential to really hit $1 stack. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So like if it's something that you believe in right now, right, you might as well dip your toe in right now, right? Why not? Because of course, you know, it's going to be a different price 2 weeks from now. It's going to be a different price a month from now, 2 months from now. But where's the end game? $1, right? So because you definitely don't want to be the guys that were like, okay, I'm waiting for 1.5 and now it's here, right? That's what always happens. People are like, okay, it's the lowest it's been for forever, right? But you're still waiting for more. That's what really gets people, man. Right? That's what really, really, really gets people. Right, it's already at 0.002, but you're still waiting for lower, right? When you've already identified it as a positive project. I gotta stop moving out of frame over here. Let me move over a little bit. Sales up. ZBCN have plans to burn any tokens in the future. Well, I have to talk to Simon about that. It should be deflationary because in one of their white papers, it says that a ZBCN is burned with a transaction, right? One ZBCN. So I'm believing that still is the way it works because they did come out with new tokenomics here for us, which I was just displaying a couple seconds ago. But in those tokenomics, it doesn't mention anything specifically about a burn. It does say things about buybacks, but it doesn't say anything specifically. I don't think about burns. So we'll have to get some confirmation from Simon on that. But specifically how the burn process works. So if we bring it up here, it does say token buybacks, but I don't see anything specific on burns. But again, like I said in the previous white paper, they do have something like that. Thanks for answering my questions. I'll go sit in the corner and be quiet now. No, that's totally cool. Way up north. Thank you so much for the $9.99 super chat and the other super chat. It's awesome, man. I really appreciate it. Makes the channel go for sure. Another coin that is not a smoke alarm. If you heard that beep, another coin I've been following near. It's just moving right now. We'll definitely be talking more about near on the channel here. So near is moving. Near is really the future of agentic AI, in my opinion. And we'll be talking more about that. Sales up. The ZBC up. Yep, we got that one. What's up, Magic Hat? Yes, indeed. Zebec ignited with jet fuel today, baby. Yes, indeed. They do buybacks. Like, let's get to the tokenomics of it, how it says it. Token buyback program initiated in late 2023 with the launch of the Zebec card program is linked to product revenues across payroll, cards, and partner contracts. Okay. Buybacks are executed on a regular cadence and aligned with broader financial and operating cycles. Okay. Since the inception of the program, ZBCN buyback volume has grown at an annualized rate of over 70%, with continued growth expected as the Zebec card program scales domestically and across new global markets in 2026. This structure ensures that the supply management remains transparent, governance-led, and aligned with long-term health and success of the network. Okay. And they do say here, right, the final token unlock completed, ZBCN will operate within a fully deflationary network. Oh my gosh. Having some trouble with night rating. With token buybacks driving supply contraction and no new supply entering the market. Okay. So very, very cool there. So they do buybacks, right? And there may be one Zebec token burned with every transaction. I know that was in the previous white paper. So buybacks definitely happen. Every quarter. Yep, every quarter are the buybacks. The XRP earnings secures money's future, but every force needs a fleet. Zebec is that fleet. I love it. Rolling with Toshis. High-speed ships, streaming, real-time pay across digital tides to ensure the front line never misses a beat. It's interesting. We were talking about symbolism of water today on Symbolism Sundays. There's so much symbolism when it comes to money and water. Okay, so definitely check out the Patreon where we do custom shows like Symbolism Sundays, where we get into the symbolism of crypto as well. Nice. No very nice returns in the last few days. Rue, that's it. Huma Prime, their main liquidity app is green, like near and uphold. Nice. And Circle convinced Huma to leave Ethereum network to join them on Solana. Okay, got it. Huma Finance. Let's look at them too. Let's look at what they look like now. Huma Finance. Oh man, there we go. Okay, this is another one where not too much supply is out, but you know, still something to look at. Next unlock is 28 days. Only 17.3% of the supply is out with this one. Quite a great list of investors. Circle, Hashkey Capital, Fimbushi Capital with Vitalik Buterin, Race Capital, 500 Global, which is an investor in Zebec as well. Purify Capital. Okay, quite a list of investors there. Circle, okay. Of course, Circle is also invested in Zebec. Okay, interesting. We'll have to keep an eye on them. Thank you, Mike. Blado. ZBCN high today so far was 0.3399 0.00399. Yep, looked good. Love this coin, even when the rest of the market is down. Downtrend, it continues to outperform 100%. Harry Canty. This is peanuts compared to what's coming. And see, that's exactly it to me, right? This is definitely peanuts compared to what's coming. So it's like if you're arguing over like, or if you're waiting when it's 0.0036, 0038, what's the difference? What's really the difference if it's going to go to $1? So, you do the math on that one. Another buyback at the end of Q2, Q3, Q4. The last buyback was in Q1. What's up, Benjamin Awaken? Crew Patreon member in the house. What's up, fam? Zebec to $3. Quote me on this. Oh, let's go. I like how you think, Ben. Yeah, he said quote him on it. Big Dre, what's up? Salute, Rue. Salute, brother. King Pound, $3 and 2030. Funny thing is, once it hits 10 cents, everyone is going to panic buy, while the ones who caught it at 0.002-ish, sitting back with shades on, smirking. 100%. 100%. King Pound facts. You guys are lowballing yourselves talking about low prices with institution and worldwide adoption. Don't sell too soon. And see, that's exactly it. JV, that's exactly it. Okay. It's institutional and world adoption, guys. Like, let's bring up the Zebec ecosystem map again. Because I think you're right. People are really shortchanging that this is a world, excuse me, a worldwide company here. Okay, so if we look at the ecosystem map right here, right? Let me just blow it up for clarity. For clarity. You see what I did there? We got the Euro AU, which we know based in Europe. They're Deutsche Bank's global partner for that. So they got Europe on lockdown there. The RLUSD, you know, you can say Japan, you can say Australia, you can say the US, got that covered. USD1, we just went over that pretty heavy today. You know, the Dubai area, Southeast Asia, Pakistan, right? Already got clarity. Possibly might be the reason we're getting liquidity flowing through right now. USDC, right? Circle, right? Everything they got going on. And then we know Stripe, right? And everything Stripe's doing with the machine payments protocol. We went heavy over that too, right? Because the real play, the next big thing, right, is going to be energy. And the next big thing is going to be AI agents, right? So whoever that was talking about Banker, that's one of the reasons why I want to look into Banker for sure. But that's one of the reasons why I'm high on Near. Agentic payments is the future. Energy is, they're making that the future. That's going to be a future thing, crisis thing, right? But of course, payroll is needed everywhere, right? Everywhere. And another thing to understand here about what he's saying, what we were saying here, is they're wanting to switch to the stablecoin system. Everything will be stablecoins. Okay. This whole thing about the banks fighting against crypto is going to come to an end. That was actually something that I was wanting to show you here. The ADI said. Okay. And it's a good post. The question isn't whether crypto will replace banks. It's how banks and blockchain are already converging to build the next era of global finance. The blockchain in banking market reflects it, projected to grow from 14 billion in 2026 to 220 billion by 2033. And I think that might even be a low ball, that 220 billion, right? Because stable coins are coming. Stable coins are here. And stable coins give them more traceability. It gives them more flexibility, gives them the ability to claw back, gives them the ability to trace the dollar from wherever the heck, central bank or wherever the heck source you got it from, through every nook and cranny, through every data piece, right? And that's where the Overledger comes in and all the things it integrates into. Google, freaking all the AI products. They will be able to trace money wherever it is via these stable coins. So everything will move to this direction, period, hands down, right? So when you're talking about Zebec, you're talking about global, worldwide adoption. Smirk engaged. Cloud 99. What's up? Got in 2 years ago. Let's go, Big Dre. Nice, Big. Never sold even one ZBCN coin. Let's go. Again, shout out T. Riley. It took a while, but finally got where I thought I wanted. Now I'm going back in for more. That's impressive, Cloud. Yes, indeed. What's up, Phantom Beat? King Kong ain't got nothing on me. That's right. That's right. Trading day. Yeah, let's hit that one more time.
Oh, you motherfuckers. Okay. All right. I'm putting cases on all you bitches.
Oh man, nice. Let's see here. Where are we at? We got a couple of members in the crowd today. Love it. Love that. Where did we leave off here? But do you think Zebec can eventually get to $1? I do. Dan Chaplin. I definitely think it'll get to $1. Again, like I've told you guys before, I can just show you. I have a short that says it. Let me bring it up here. Look, let me view it on YouTube.
The payroll market, that's 110 billion flowing through Zebec. You can see here, this is 80 billion market cap for Ripple. It's at 82 cents. So obviously, if I get 110 billion, that's more than 80 billion. That would put it well over $1. And that's just 1% just for the US. So they're global. So it should be very easy to hit $1. Will that be this year after clarity's passed? Maybe. Or will it take a couple, like say maybe 2027 when all the laws are fully enacted? Maybe. But bottom line, the future is grand for Zebec. And $1 should be something that's very, very capable because liquidity will always be flowing through ZBCN. If they get 1%.
Okay, we got it there. Let's go back to something. Let's go back to the ecosystem one. We definitely need adoption. Yes, indeed. What's up, Ocean View Coffee Shop? This may stay above 0.0035 for good this time. Yes, indeed. Big announcements next weekend, supposedly. Yep. I think they're definitely going to have some big announcement at the Ripple conference, right? And I'm ready. I'm going to be there with Crypto Future. We're ready to be locked and loaded there. Yeah, no more unlocks. All of it is fully distributed. Yeah, all the supply is out. HBAR is fine, but Zebec is right now. Okay, Zebec. I have both projects, but I'm definitely higher on Zebec than HBAR at the current moment. Of course, it's like you're comparing, apples and oranges. They might both be fruit. They might both be cryptocurrencies, but they're just two different things, two different tastes, right? HBAR is going to be for energy and the whole carbon economy. Zebec is about payroll, and payroll, everybody needs to be paid, but it's even more than that. It's even more than payroll. It's remittance payments, it's treasury, it's spending on a card. So at this current time, right now, I would say it's Zebec right now, right? But I own both. But I have way more Zebec than I do HBAR. Right. 50% of Zebec is owned by the top 10 holders. Any thoughts? No thoughts on that. I don't have any thoughts on that at all. It's not a problem to me, but you know, I don't know how you feel about that, but it's no problem to me. Hey, what's up, OG Crypto? That's another Coinbase statistic, by the way, not positive on the accuracy. Well, we got this holder token thing here. We can look at it right now. So I think a lot of this being in exchanges hands is a lot of this being in these exchanges hands. I think that's kind of definitely letting you know what Zebec is going to be in the future as far as payroll is concerned. A lot of these exchanges are going to be banks, right? Neo banks of a sort, right? But again, if you look back at what the tokenomics tell us, they tell us that they're going to give network rewards and ecosystem incentives based on the amount of ZBCN you hold. And the amount of ZBCN you hold will help you vote on government's proposals and things like that. Well, maybe these exchanges are holding all that ZBCN so that they can get a discount on the payroll and the products that are going to be offered. That's quite a possibility there. We know that Fireblocks is holding a lot of ZBCN. And a lot of people have also talked about ZBCN being very integral part of the Interledger protocol. And let's just say if you needed to use the Interledger protocol and get a reduction on your fees, you needed to use ZBCN or you needed to hold some ZBCN. Well, maybe that's the reason why these guys are holding it like that. Could be. But yeah, this sole holder shows a lot of these top guys being just cryptocurrency exchanges. Crypto.com, Kraken, Crypto.com again, Gate.io, BitGet, CoinSpot, Kraken, MEXC, KuCoin, OKX. So I'm not too worried about it. Let's go back here. Have a good night, Dave. Thanks for coming through, brother. There could definitely be one more leg down, right? That's what a lot of people are saying. But again, it doesn't have to be this kind of like binary thing, right? Where it's like either I'm in or I'm out, or, you know, I'm waiting for the one leg down or whatever. If you want to just mitigate risk, right? And you think that the bear market isn't over, okay, then maybe you don't come all the way in. Pause. Maybe you don't, you know what I mean? Like instead of bringing all your money in from the sidelines, you just bring in 10% or 20%. Okay. And then if you think there's one more leg down, you're waiting for that leg down, and then you bring in the other 80 once the leg down happens. But at least now, if you're wrong, if there is no more leg down, well, you got 20% in. You see what I'm saying? You got 20% in at what was actually the low. Okay. So again, a lot of people think about it in a kind of a binary way, And I think that's wrong thinking. You should think of it more as a risk, mitigating risk type of way. And like, okay, well, maybe if this is the bottom, let me put in 10 to 20%, you know what I mean? Just in case this is the bottom. You know what I mean? That's just my thoughts. It's not financial advice. Do whatever suits you. Got to be liquid to buy when the leg down happens. Banker ran to about 179 million and recently back to 40 million. Yeah, so Banker really is at a point where it's probably a good grab. But again, I want to do more research on it before I say yay or nay, or this is something that I want to present to you guys. But this is definitely something I mentioned to the Patreon people, right? But of the coins I mentioned to them, this is one of the ones where it's like, okay, I want to do even more research before I say anything else. But here it is. It says like, add Banker to your agent, plug Banker into Claw code, open Claw Cursor or any of the other skills compatible agents. Each skill includes experimental security scan. So this is interesting. That's definitely interesting. Excerpt PR and loan protocol moves weird. Yes, they do. They definitely do. Do you guys think it's going down further? It's inevitable. It just seems to go crazy bullish right now. Well, I don't know. I really think that they're probably whatever they're going to announce with Ripple, I think is going to be pretty big. Pause. But, I really think Zebec is going to continue moving. And if we do actually get clarity here, I know Garlinghouse had originally said that we get it by the end of April, right? And they just keep talking like, oh, well, it's not going to be till the summer. It's not going to be till then. And clarity just hops out of, comes out of nowhere. That's another reason that we could see things kind of pop off, right? I know people are thinking that clarity might be an actual sell the news type of an event, but you know what I mean? I think it's going to be somewhere in the middle, right? It's not going to be like, oh, everything goes exactly bananas when clarity happens, but it will open the floodgates, right? So stuff starts creeping back up, and trending back up. Let's see here. Well, Sailor's been buying, actually, as far as Bitcoin is concerned. Sailor's been buying. People have been buying Bitcoin pretty heavy. That's why we've seen the Bitcoin price do what it's doing right now. So that's an actual point towards it actually being the low, because people like Sailor and all that are buying pretty heavy right now. Also know that the Morgan Stanley Bitcoin ETF went live. So yeah, we honestly might have hit the low, guys. We might not be going down any lower than this, but we'll see. We'll see. Our tickets for tickets for the conference are still available, as far as I've heard. So if you guys still want to get in, definitely do that. What's up, Marcus Garvey? Appreciate you, brother, for coming through. Have you heard of Artcoin? I have not, but I'll have to check it out. 25K buys for like $75 a week. Let's go. ChatGPT says it has a burn mechanism. Okay, got you. Thank you for that, Joanne. Appreciate you. Joanne and only. I love that name. Okay, one more. I recently bought a few Monad. Any thoughts on Mo? Nah, I hear Monad is doing some incredible things for Solana, but I need to look into them as well. But I hear Monad is doing some incredible things. What is I can't tell how to say that one. I'm gonna say eyes X. Is it X Bright Eyes? Okay, X Bright Eyes. What's up, X Bright Eyes? Ruel, love you. Can you use DCENT Wallet on a laptop? I do not think you can use it on a laptop. They have a phone app. So yeah, I don't think you can use it on a laptop at all. Shout out to you, Bright Eyes. I had to go to $1 and will be used before XRP will be. Well, I think XRP is being used right now. That's a hard conversation to say because, like I brought up that document, all of these things are being used right now. But of course, they're getting everything in order for payment and payroll. So it's kind of a synergistic thing right now. But for everything to be in place, you needed the stable coins. That's what the Genius Act did. It has the stable coins and like the regulations for the stable coins pretty much in play right now. Now we got to get the part for clarity, and where clarity comes in is you got the kind of yield, and you got things like what Zebec is doing with payroll and streaming payroll. Really, that's the last piece for Zebec here in America, that clarity, right? But again, since they're a global company, they're really free to do what they want in Dubai, since Dubai has that clarity with Vara, right? So yeah. But again, the thing that I want to stress to you guys is that it's inevitable. It's going to happen. This is a better system for the government. They can do better tracking and traceability with the stablecoin system. It's going to happen. The only time is when, right? Oh my God, I just tried to look up DCENT on Coinbase. Up pop Diddy cent. Nah, I'm probably going on some list. Oh my goodness. Oh man, I hate when stuff like that happens. You're looking for something and you type in something completely innocent and you just you end up in the wrong place. Diddy said, yeah, no, yeah, you can't. I don't think you can use it on a laptop, but you definitely can use it via the phone app. Yeah, got you there, Bright Eyes. The structure Zebec is building is very bullish. Yes, indeed, it is. Sup, man? Who holdings big ZBCN? Who didn't hit that rave Dow? Yeah, shout out to Crypto Futures crew. They hit that rave Dow. They hit the short. That short had to be real juicy. So shout out to Crypto Future and his crew for that one. Do you think we will be allowed to keep Zebec as investors for good, or will we have to sell? Well, you know, you definitely should do some selling and some taking of profits, of course, right? But you definitely would want to stake so you can earn passive income. So I don't think it's in any instance where they'll force people to not sell, to not be able to buy crypto. In some countries, they actually are doing that. Like China right now, you can't buy it in China. You can buy it in Hong Kong, but not China. And I hear the UK is doing something where they're limiting the amount that people can buy. I'm not sure if that's true or not. It might just be that limiting the amount of stablecoin they can have. But I hear that it's actually they're limiting the amount of crypto people can buy in the UK. So I don't know. Maybe we might get to that point at some point here in America. But as far as right now, I think we're fine. You know, I know, you know, Trump has his meme coin. Trump has various different coins like the Melania, the Trump meme coin, and then the World Liberty Financial Token. I don't think that's something that we have to worry about in the near future. But again, you do see that people like Bitwise and all these different companies, are gathering up crypto as if it's commodities, right? Like if we go over here and let me bring up this. Like we know BlackRock already has a Bitcoin ETF, a Ethereum ETF. These companies are gathering up these crypto assets as if they are gold, as if they are silver, right? So we got companies like, let me bring it up, Bitwise, who's now gathering up altcoins. I've shown you this got a few different times. Breaking, Bitwise has officially filed for a single SEC registration statement covering 11 cryptos, okay? 11 crypto strategy ETFs, one of the broadest altcoin ETF filings ever. They're doing Aave, Uniswap, Tau, Sui, Near, Stark, Tron, Zcash, Inna, Hyperliquid, and Canton, okay? And I know also Zebec was in some index here too from Bloomberg, where Zebec was in that index. But of course, all of these coins are pretty good coins. You know, Justin Sun and Tron and what they're doing. We've been talking about Near on here, and we continue to talk about Near, right? And we also talk about Canton on here. So a lot of these coins are being scooped up as if they're commodities. And of course, you know, if this is what the rich are doing, we should probably do so too, right? Majority of paper hands will sell due to them not having knowledge of what they hold. 100% there. David Barron, I agree. What's up, WF Capital Management? Blackrue, let's go. My man.
My man.
Let's see here. I hope it reaches $1 by 2030 or sooner. That would be nice, though. What's up, Robert? Fix. By integrating XRP RLUSD with bank validators, Zebec sets the PayFi benchmark. A fully unlocked supply and institutional growth will now trigger a major supply shock and an upward price momentum. Hey, I love that. I love that. I'm all here for it. I'm here for it. Made 60K this week. Yeah, I know your bag. I know the bag of Zebec you're holding, WF Capital Management. Yeah, that's a dub. That's a dub for real right there. My 30 million Zebec is going to be insane. 30 million. That's quite the bag there. 60K up on his 30 million Zebec this week. I gotta love that. Well, they definitely going to want these back. Indeed. Staking is also a good plan, especially for long-term hodlers. Yes, indeed. What's up, Terry B? Ruel, let's freaking go. I'm looking forward to when price starts changing to 1 cent at a time instead of 1,000. That's when the fun really starts. Yes, indeed. That is when the fun's gonna really start around here. Oh man, your boy here is gonna be so happy. I tell you. Do you think there will be a partnership with XRP and ZBCN? Maybe. Oh no, there definitely will be an announcement. Simon has told us that there will be an announcement. In fact, we'll go ahead and play a quick video or a quick update from Simon as far as that's concerned. Let me get that queued and ready. We're doing it live here. Okay, that'll be a good spot to put it in. And let me bring it up here. Here we go.
We're getting close now. Simon, let's talk about XRP Vegas. We're getting close now. Talk to me a bit more about why it's important for Zebec right now.
Well, it's our first time sponsoring this year, first time participating. We're super excited to be there in a couple of weeks. It gives us major visibility within one of the most, if not the most important payments-focused ecosystem out there, which is the XRP Ripple ecosystem. Of course, it's an amazing opportunity for us to engage with the community directly, both the Zebec and the XRP community, who we know will both be there. And we have, of course, our custom XRP ZBCN wallets, which are on sale, and more giveaways will be at the conference itself. So I encourage everyone to come attend. I believe a few community members have won trips to XRP Vegas. So really excited to meeting them all out there. And we may even be doing something with Uphold as well, which has not been announced yet.
So they're doing something with Uphold, and they did also announce there will be announcements with Ripple as far as the partnership is concerned. So that's going to be awesome. I think so, but I'm nobody. Wait, what's that? What you saying there up north? Way up north. Wow, that's shocking. What's up, Bobby Fisher? I might be quitting my job by the end of this year. Oh man, I feel you, bro. I feel you. You might not be the only one. You know what I mean? Let's see here. They said they had a big announcement. Yes, indeed. Can you play your intro song every 5 minutes? It hypes me up. I appreciate that. Yeah, shout out to Indigo Saint for the work he did on the intro song. It completely embodies the channel. On the weekly charts, the back just broke structure, and this run looking bullish. Need that higher low. Yes, indeed. Face Facts was up. Zebec. I think shout out to Face Facts, a Patreon member. I think Trump will declare clarity a national security matter and say F the banks. Yes, indeed. I wish, but I doubt it. Do you think Banker is also worth holding? Again, like I said, I did tell the Patreon people about Banker, but I want to go deeper into it, right? It's just something I am also watching Banker, but I want to get a deeper understanding of what's going on there. 2 to 5 cents late spring summer pump. Hey, I'm here for it. Nice show, guys. A nice 1 hour and 47-minute show. If you made it to the end, please put ADI in the chat. Once the live chat ends, put it in the comments of the video. It helps spread the video around. Definitely we need that because we're on our way to 10K subs. Love it so much. Definitely like and subscribe if you love the information indeed. And it's one of the ways to help the channel out for free. I really appreciate that. Okay, guys, so we're out. Thank you guys so much for coming through. I'm out. Peace. ADI. Put ADI in the comments. Peace, guys. Have a good one.